Shabbat Shalom. We are in the month of Nisan, which means we are in the middle of Passover. This is Chol HaMoed Pesach. This is the intermediate time of Passover, where we're not quite on the beginning of Passover nor the end, which are holidays. We are in the intermediate days. So some of our worship tonight is going to be a little bit different. I will explain when we get to those parts, because in the middle of festivals we have to change our worship. But tonight we have our wonderful worship band, the Life Tree Ramblers, and we are so excited that we get to have this joyous and festival Shabbat with the Ramblers, because this is a time of, we're supposed to be joyous, but instead of saying Chag Sameach, happy Passover, we're saying Naim v'shaket, may our Passover be pleasing and quiet. We're going for pleasing and quiet. And because we're not happy tonight, it's an interesting time in the world. We're not going to be dancing as much as usual, but we can still enjoy. It's just not a time for dancing. And Ecclesiastes said, to everything there is a season. There's a time to dance and a time to just enjoy and maybe not dance so much. And this is probably that time. So Shabbat Shalom, thank you for being here. And we begin this evening service with the singing of Tov Lehodot.
1, 2, 3, 4.
To sanctify our Shabbat candles, it is my pleasure to invite forward at this time Pat Gibbs.
אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Amen. Back in the 17th century, when Lecha Dodi was being written and put to music, the rabbi who wrote Lecha Dodi used to take his students into the fields to physically welcome the Sabbath, to welcome sundown on Friday evening. And he would take his students out to welcome Shabbat coming into our midst. And metaphorically, the concept of Israel going out to meet Shabbat is something I want us to keep in mind when I talk later about the meeting of two entities, because during Passover, we remember that God redeemed us as if we had been slaves in Egypt. And so tonight, with Shabbat, as we welcome the bride into our midst, we also always want to welcome our God and the significance of God into our presence as well. We continue on page 20 with Lecha Dodi. When we get to the final stanza, we will rise as one congregation and face the rear of the sanctuary as if we are ceremonially welcome the Sabbath bride into our midst.
Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikavela. 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 Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, Yishmi'anu el Hamed echad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad. V'shem of Tiferet v'liti la 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 la. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikavela. 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 Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam v'simcha, ובשוחלה, תוך אמוני, עם סגולה, בואי חלה, lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikavela. 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 Pene Shabbat nikavela. Pene Shabbat nikavela.
We continue staying standing in our prayer book, in our Sidurim, on page 28 with Baruch Hu.
La
We continue in our Sidurim, in our prayer book, on page 30, with Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem berakia kirtsono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil bein yom uvein layla, Adonai tzavaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, HaMa'ariv Aravim. We continue on page 33 at the top. Let's read together. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We continue with Shema on pages 34 and 35. Please rise.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
We continue with Via Hafta on page 36. Please be seated.
Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully unto unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise, and when you rise.
We'll continue in the English on the top of page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. We continue with Mi HaMoed on page 40.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedaber kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedaber kodesh. Nor oseh, nor oseh, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Malchutecha u'valecha b'pei hayam lifnei Moshe Miriam. Ze'eli ve'amru, Ze'eli ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedaber kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedaber kodesh. Nor oseh, nor oseh, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed.
Before we continue with Vishamru, which is the reminder that in 6 days God created heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God rested, the Vishamru tonight kind of goes right into our Amidah, our Avot V'imahot. But our Avot V'imahot actually changed this week because on the second day of Passover, on the first day of Passover, we began the recitation for dew instead of for rain. You see, in the land of Israel, where most of the prayers originated, the presence or absence of water in these forms, rain or dew, is critical for the continuation of life. Israel is a land largely devoid of resources. It sounds like the children have overtaken the babysitter, probably have tied her up with duct tape. Whenever you see a parent leave skid marks, you know. And gleeful screaming is fabulous. Which actually brings me to a point. I think we need a tuba player in the band, Cindy. Just so you know, if there's anybody who plays tuba, see me after services at the Oneg. You play tuba too?
Yeah.
All right, a ringer.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
we'll talk.
I got
Very
it.
good.
Yeah.
All right, back to rain and dew. In Israel, we don't have a large amount of lakes and streams. Instead, rain falls in winter months, which is why many cisterns are on the roofs in Israel, because it collects the water. And rain seldom starts before Sukkot, and it doesn't continue much beyond Passover. So the special insertions that we have in the Amidah, which we will sing in a few moments, recognizes the existence of the natural phenomenon as evidence of God's powers and manifestation in nature, because without rain in its season and dew in its season, the crops would fail to grow. So let's continue with Vishamru on page 44, followed by Eternity Utters a Day, and then the Amidah.
One, two, three, four. Vishamru B'nai Yisrael Et HaShabbat La'asot Et HaShabbat L'dorotam Brit Olam Vishamru Shabbat Nafash Vishamru B'nai Yisrael Et HaShabbat La'asot Et HaShabbat L'dorotam Brit Olam Vishamru B'nai Yisrael Et HaShabbat.
Page 45.
Our thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering the song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day. Eternity Anochi Yagiteni
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagin Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei Metim Atah Rav Lehoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechayei Metim Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Meimid Umechaye Umatzmi Yeshua V'ne'emana talahachayot metim Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei hametim Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh Ukdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. We're going to continue with a Passover insertion, which you can find on page 56. The insertion is said on Rosh Chodesh, Pesach, which is Passover, and Sukkot. It's known as Ya'aleh v'Yavo. It's the holidays are considered times of remembrance. We remember our ancestors. We remember our loved ones who have died and are no longer with us here to celebrate. And this is also a time that God remembers us, that God will look favorably upon us, as it says in Numbers, and on your joyous occasions, on your fixed festivals, you shall sound your trumpets over your burnt offerings and your sacrifices of well-being. They shall be a reminder before Adonai. Well, we don't sacrifice, thank God, and we're not blowing any trumpets, although I am trying to, get a tuba, which is, trumpet-like. But it's the idea that we sound a horn, we make noise to remind God to remember us. So we continue on page 56. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu ya'aleh ve'yavo ve'yizacher zichronenu ve'zichron kol amcha beit Yisrael lefanecha letova lechen ve'lechesed u'lerachamim l'chaim u'leshalom b'yom chag hamatzot hazeh zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo letova. Amen. Ufokdenu vo livracha. Amen. V'hoshienu vo l'chaim. Our God and God of our fathers and mothers, on this fourth day of Pesach, be mindful of us and all your people Israel, for good, for love, for compassion, life and peace. Remember us, God, for well-being. Visit us with blessing. And help us to a fuller life. We continue with Shalom Rav on page 60.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Ki ata hu melech, melech adon. Ki ata hu melech, adon lechoch hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Yisrael. B'chol et koshav b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. 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 Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha.
We continue with a moment of silent meditation. this time in our worship service, our thoughts turn to those of our community and families who are ill and in need of healing. We think this evening of Rabbi Bruce Goldwasser, Leonard Schutzman, Frederick Bryan, Scott Stewart, Sonia Maria Reimar Miller, Carol Pretnar, Paul Alterman, John Eulenberg, Rachel Basio, Barbara Ben-Ezra, Beverly White, Barry Fidlow, Joel Bernstein, Brian Winkleman, Kathleen Shapiro, and all who suffer, whom we know not by name. Misha Berach, Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, V'Yaakov, Ve'imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, V'Leah, Hu Yivarech v'Rapeh et Kol Cholei Yisrael, V'Yishlach Lahem B'Mheira, Refuah Shlema, Refuah Tanefesh, Refuah Taguf, V'Nomar Amen. May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all who are stricken. May the Holy One of Praise mercifully restore them to health and to vigor. May God grant them health of body, health of spirit, and of mind. And let us say, Amen. We continue with Misha Berach on page 253. We have a special prayer for Israel, and it is my pleasure to invite forward Mark and Barbara Turner to lead the congregation in that prayer.
Protect and guide them. Kadosh Baruch Hu, Holy and Blessed One, show Israel's leaders your path so they may act with wisdom, courage, and dedication, and that they may be unwavering in their pursuit of peace. Strengthen their hearts, but keep them from hardening.
Matir Asurim, freer of the captives. Return all those who are kidnapped safe and sound to their homes without the spilling of more innocent blood, without any more souls being tarnished by horrific acts. Ba'al Harachamim, Master of Compassion, help us to hold the humanity and the heartache of the Jewish people, while also holding the humanity and the dignity of the Palestinian people. As we are made in your image, remind us of your ways. Spread over us your shelter of peace, and fulfill the vision of your prophets. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again know war.
Well, this is my favorite time of year because it's a very special time. It is a season of new drivers. And so I'm going to ask everyone who is a new driver and who has received a driver's license sometime in the past year to come forward at this time. So in other years, we've had more drivers. This year I found the pandemic has really affected our kids. They don't drive as... So this is a car mezuzah. And you take this and you put it in your car and it protects you. No, it doesn't. Your airbag protects you. And you still have to drive defensively, but you also now have a car. How cool is that? So there, just saying. All right, so I'm going to convey upon you a very special blessing that will also protect you like the airbag. Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu shet chalenu v'shalom. May it be your will, God and God of our ancestors, that you lead us toward peace, place our footsteps toward peace, guide us toward peace, and make us reach our desired destination for life, gladness, and peace. May you send our blessing in your handiwork, and kindness and mercy in your eyes, and all the eyes of those who see us. May you protect our new drivers, give them very good reflexes, help them to pay attention and not text and drive, and may they always obey the speed limit and all traffic. Mazel tov on your new driver's license. May you always remember that God is your co-pilot, or you are God's co-pilot, however you want to phrase that, and may you be protected as you go on your way. And I'm going to ask everybody to please rise as I place upon you the threefold priestly benediction. Yiverechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav Elecha vaykuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha, vayasem lecha shalom, vayasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God be kind and merciful unto you. May God's countenance be lifted up unto you and grant you the most precious gift of peace and protection. And we say together, Amen. We're going to remain standing because this is a very special time. You see, from the second day of Passover until the festival of Shavuot, Jews are commanded to count 7 weeks. And this process is known as the counting of the Omer. Omers were measures of harvested grain, barley, wheat, that we were commanded to bring to the Kohanim, to the priests in the temple. And the Kohen took the Omer and he waved it in every direction. And he prayed that God protect the harvest. For ancient Israelites, the Omer period was a critical period for the success of the harvest and the proper ripening of crops and grain and the growth of other major crops like olives and figs and dates, pomegranates, depended on the proper balance of north and south winds. And it was a time, the Omer period was a time of thanksgiving for God's blessing. So we count the Omer starting at night, reciting a blessing, and counting each day of the Omer. And so everybody was given a piece of paper. And so we're going to say the blessing as we stand together, and we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, vetzivanu al sefirat haomer. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with commandments and commanded us concerning the counting of the Omer. Hayom Yom Arba LaOmer. Today is the 4th day of the Omer. Please be seated. We are going to continue our service with the singing of Tain Lo Michelo.
So this text comes to us from both the Pirkei Avot and the Haggadah, which is part of the reason why we chose it to sing this week. And it says, "Render unto God that which is God's, for all that you have is God's. Sing before God a new song."
Shabbat Shalom and Hag Pesach Sameach. I'm Lisa Popowski with some announcements on behalf of the board. Thank you to our usher, Susanna, and our greeter, Rachel, and our security team. Thank you to the Ramblers for the wonderful music tonight and for Roberta Michelossi for running the sound this evening. The office will be closed on Monday for the last day of Passover and will reopen on Tuesday. Next Shabbat is Social Action Shabbat, and Jennifer Fabian, CEO of the People's Resource Center, will share a few words with us during services. Pack your passport and get ready to embark on an unforgettable journey at CEC's Around the World Spring Prom fundraiser. Enjoy hors d'oeuvres from around the globe, DJ and dancing, balloon pop tables, raffle, and live auction, all to support CEC. Register online at mycec.org/prom. For more information on upcoming events, check our weekly happenings email. Please join us after services for a wonderful kosher for Passover oneg. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
As we prepare to begin our concluding prayers, it is my pleasure to put our religious school children on the spot. And I'm going to ask anybody who's in grades 1 through 8 to come forward to help me open the ark at this time. That would be you, Simon and Colin. So come on forward and let's go ahead. I'm going to ask everyone to please rise as we turn to page 283 as we rise for Aleinu Adoration.
Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spread out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. We bow the head in reverence and worship HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One. Praise be God, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One. Praise be God. V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One. Praise be God, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One. Praise be God.
Please be seated. Let's turn to page 291. There are stars up above, so far away. We only see their light long after their star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. At this time in our worship service, we recall those whom death has taken from us in recent times, as well as the Yortzeit. So we recall Saul Michael Ehrlich, father of Barry Ehrlich, Martin Joseph Goltz, grandfather-in-law of Eileen Landau and great-grandfather of Susan Landau Van Dyke, Zygmunt Buxbaum, father of Eve Helfer, Maurice Blonder, father of Ellen Simpson, Miriam Dubinsky, aunt of Reese Kaiser, Saul Nussenbaum, uncle of Marilyn Wigder, Robert Sullivan, father of Robert Sullivan, Miriam Schwartz, grandmother of Linda Pfeffer, Max Perlman, father of Jay Perlman, grandfather of Matthew Perlman, Sanford Olshan, father of Blythe Olshan Findley, Sidney Blumen, brother of Lila Warshawski. Charles Riskin, father of Terry Claus, Barry Gadlin, father of Shayna Swit, Alvin Shar, father of Diane Shar, Francis McGrath, father of Peggy McGrath, Rabbi Reuven Frankel, uncle of Dina Fruin, Dale Froelich, father of Naomi Fine, Jackie Holt, mother of Sharon Holt, David Allen Samuels, brother of Stephen Samuels, uncle of Michael Samuels, Marion Warowski, grandmother of David Coons, Harv Bogalub, father of Philip Bogalub, Lynn Bressler, friend of Marcy and Kenneth Siegel, Franny Ein, mother of Gabriel Ein, Kurt Johnson, father of Sherry Katz, grandfather of Aaron and Miriam Katz, Alvin Longman, father of Douglas Longman. And we are in the period of Shloshim, mourning the recent passing of Debbie Berger, friend of Barbara Carlson and former member, and my mother, Coralie Kaznowski, wife of my father, Nathan Kaznowski, my sister Jamie, and grandmother of my children, Jacob, Jared, and Joseph. We together recite Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, on page 294. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash me'rabah, v'yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei tchol
Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabba v'orach le'olam olamei hamayah. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei kudusha brichu. Le'elam in kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'romav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. V'imru, amen. V'imru, amen. V'imru, amen. V'imru, amen. Please be seated. Our closing song, Ya'alo Sadai, can be found in our Sidurim, in our prayer book on page 373. 1, 2, 3, boom. Ya'alo Sadai, Bechol Shebo, Ya'alo Sadai, ay, 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 Ya'alo
We continue with Kiddush and Motzi. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh b'reishit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha b'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. As we celebrate this time of festival and Chol, the intermediate days between the beginning and end of Passover, may we always remember the intricate balance of partnership between God and humankind, and may all of God's creation be blessed with peace. As we say together, Amen. Shabbat Shalom.